Come to the P class. Initial I value 1. 1 is less than or equal to 5. Going inside a body, executing body. I is becoming 2. Going to the second iteration, 2 less than or equal to 5. Printing 2. I is becoming 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. Going inside a body, I is becoming 4. 4 less than or equal to 5. As long as I value 5 or less than 5, while loop will be continued. Before while loop, you have to initialize I value. before while loop we had to initialize I value. While entering into the while loop Boolean condition, then inside a body itself you have to take care of increment or decrement. In case of for loop, separately there was a header where initialization, Boolean condition and changes. But in the while loop, before while loop initialization, while entering into the while loop Boolean condition, in the body of the while loop changes. So for loop containing one header with three sections, initialization, Boolean condition and changes. In case of while loop, before while loop anywhere you can initialize, while entering into the while loop only Boolean condition. In the body of the while loop anywhere you can do the changes. It can be increment or decrement. So here code is not clearly organized. Anywhere before while loop you can initialize, while entering into the while loop Boolean condition. In the body of the while loop anywhere you can do the changes. If while loop containing 1000 statements, anywhere you can do the changes whatever required. The structure of the while loop. Before while loop initialization, while entering into the while loop Boolean condition, in the body of the while loop, inside a body of the while loop, anywhere you can do the changes. So even though code is not very organized here, compared to the for loop, while loop, code is not very organized. Even though code is not very organized, for some requirement, while loop is better than for loop. While loop is very better than for loop. You'll come to know what kind of requirements where while loop will be better than for loop. Wherever you are using for loop, there and all we can use even while loop also. It's purely based on the type of the requirement. In some requirements, for loop is more suitable, still while loop can be used. In some other requirements, while loop is more suitable, still for loop can be used. Wherever for loop you can use, there and all while loop also can be used. Wherever while loop can be used, there and all for loop also can be used. Only the best one. Based on the type of the statements, for loop will be better in some scenarios, while loop will be better for some other scenarios. But don't think like for loop only used or while loop only used. Wherever for loop is using, there and all while also can be used. Wherever while is using, there and all for also can be used. But in some places, more suitable for loop, in some other places, more suitable while loop. Try to compile. Come to the next example. Copy the same program. For the first iteration also, Boolean conditions should satisfy. Even for the first iteration also, condition should be satisfied. You will not be getting any content from the while loop. Only end. Copy the same program. It's almost very similar, simple program. It's not a difficult for us, very simple. Come to the next one. If you are not keeping opening brace and closing brace, only one statement will be a part of the while loop body. Only one statement will be a part of the while loop body. Line number 7 only iterates 3 times. Line number 7 only iterates 3 times. Line number 8 will execute only one time. After completely while loop, then line number 8 will be executed. So while loop is completely only 2 statements. Please observe. While loop is only 2 statements. Only 2 statements. While loop only 2 statements. While loop is only 2 statements, not more than that. If no opening brace and closing brace, by default, one statement only will be coming under. We are not incrementing or decrementing. That is why infinite loop. So please observe, loop is a infinite. In the body of the while loop, we are not incrementing I value. I will be remains 1 only every time. I remains 1. The selected portion only a part of the while loop. Only two statements, while loop header, while loop body. Body containing only one statement. Body containing only one statement. There is no increment or decrement. There is no increment or decrement. Because of the infinite. Terminate through Control C. I remains 1 only. Nowhere we are providing increment or decrement. There is a body to the while loop. That body containing only line number 7. In the line number 7, no increment or decrement. There is no change to I in line number 7. So every time I value 1, if I value 1, while loop will be keep on receiving true only. While loop keep on receiving true because of the you are getting a infinite. So copy the same program. Small modification. I'll go for I++. I modified only line number 7. Line number 7 is modified to I++. Body 1, 1, body 1, 2, body 1, 3. While loop containing only one statement under body, that is iterated 3 times. Whenever I is becoming 4, coming away from the while loop. Coming away from the while loop. While loop body 4. So please observe here. Initially I value 1. 1 is less than 3. 1 is printing. I is becoming 2. I is becoming 2. 2 less than or equal to 3. 2 is printing. I is becoming 3. 3 less than or equal to 3. 3 is printing. I is becoming 4. 4 less than or equal to 3, returning false, coming away from the while loop. This complete selected portion is skipping. Then coming to the line number 8. 8 is not a part of the while loop body. That is why it is not iterating 3 times. It is executing only one time. Line number 7 only body. Line number 7 only a part of the while loop body. Line number 7 only a part of the while loop body. Line number 8 outside a part of the while loop body. Line number 8 is executing only one time, not more than one time. Only one time. So please observe no opening brace and closing brace. Because of that, only one statement is a part of the while loop body. In this statement only we are incrementing through unary operator. Initially I value 1. 1 is becoming 2. 2 less than or equal to 3. 2 is printing, I is becoming 3. 3 less than or equal to 3. 3 is printing, I is becoming 4. 4 less than or equal to 3, returning false. Coming away, printing line number 8. Line number 8 is not repeating again and again as it is not a part of the while loop body. Line number 8 is not repeating again and again. It's not a part of the while loop body. Copy the same program. u.java. I modified line number 6. Rest of the program is same. Only line number 6 is modified. Now while loop doesn't have a body at all, empty body, no statement is a part of the while loop because of ending with the semicolon. No SOP will be printed. I will be remains 1 only. 1 always will be less than or equal to 3. Only line number 6 is keep on executing. Line number 6 only keep on executing. No output. Program execution also not getting over. Keep on executing line number 6. Keep on executing line number 6. I is equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 3. Returning true. Going inside a body. There is no body. it has to go to the next iteration. Going to the next iteration. 1 less than or equal to 3. Looking to go inside a body. There is no body. Going to the next iteration. 1 less than or equal to 3. Returning true, going inside a body. There is no body. It has to go to the next iteration. In the next iteration again, 1 less than or equal to 3. I remains 1 only. Always 1 less than or equal to 3 is the true. It's not coming away from the while loop. You can see. Continuously executing at line number 6. This type of programs are very important for the written tests. While loop doesn't have a body. No statement in the body. I is not modified. I remains 1. 1 less than or equal to 3. Looking to execute body, there is no body. Going to the next iteration, again 1 less than or equal to 3. Returning true, going inside a body, there is no body. Going to the next iteration. I remains 1. 1 less than or equal to 3. Going inside a body, no body. I less than or equal to 3. Going inside a body, no body. Always line number 6 only executing. Control C. Control C. Control C, we can copy the same program. I just modified again line number 6 only. So inside a while loop itself, I is becoming 2, I is becoming 2, but 1 only comparing, 1 only using, 1 less than 3, but I became a 2. Going inside a body, there is no body. Going to the next iteration. By now, I value 2. 2 less than or equal to 3, but I becoming a 3. 2 less than or equal to 3, it's Q, but I became a 3. Going inside a body. So going to the next iteration. 3 less than or equal to 3, but I is becoming a 4. checking the current value, incrementing for the next usage. Incrementing for the next usage. At line number 6, not only Boolean condition, change also we provided. Not only Boolean condition, change also we have provided. Not only Boolean condition, change also we have provided. That is okay. After while loop coming away, it is incrementing one more time. So at body 1, you'll get a 4, I is becoming 5. At body 2, you'll get 5. Now here, line number 7 executing one time only, not 3 times. It's not a part of the while loop body. But it is not an infinite while loop. Why? Because I is not remains 1. I is modified. Whenever I is becoming 4, coming away from the while loop. So we are getting 5 and 6. Check it out. Why we are getting 5 and 6? Initially I value 1. One less than or equal to 3. I is becoming 2. 2 less than or equal to 3. I is becoming 3. 3 less than or equal to 3. I is becoming 4. Whenever executing 4 less than or equal to 3, I is becoming 5 or not? I is becoming 5. 5 is printing. I is becoming 6. 6 is printing. I'll repeat one more time. I is equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 3. I is becoming 2. 1 less than or equal to 3. Then 2 less than or equal to 3. I is becoming 3. Then 3 less than or equal to 3. I is becoming 4. 4 less than or equal to 3. While executing 4 less than or equal to 3, I is becoming 5. Then only returning false. I is becoming 5. So 5 is printing. 5 is printing. I is becoming 6. I is becoming 6. Come to the next one. So come back to the previous program if you have any doubts. I'll commence again. Please observe I value 1. Guys, 1 is becoming 2, 1 only using. 1 is becoming 2, 1 only using. 1 is less than or equal to 3, returning true, but I became a 2. Going to the next iteration, 2 less than or equal to 3, 2 less than or equal to 3, returning true, but I became a 3. I became a 3. In the next iteration, 3 less than or equal to 3, returning true, I became a 4. I became a 4. Because of true, executing one more time, 4 less than or equal to 3, 4 less than or equal to 3, false, but I became a 5. I became a 5. So coming away from the while loop, 5 is printing, I is becoming 6 one more time, I is becoming 6. This is 5, this is 6. Simple program. Come to the W, it's very simple. Compared to previous programs, this is much more simpler. Begin 1, then I is becoming 2, end 2. Begin 2, then I is becoming 3, end 3. Begin 4, I is becoming 5, end 5. Begin 5, I is becoming 6, end 6. Begin 7, I is becoming 8, end 8. Likewise, it is continuing. Main end colon 11. Finally, it's very simple. Printing begin, incrementing I, then printing end, going to the next iteration. As long as I value less than or equal to 10, while loop is executed. Whenever I is becoming 11, while loop is coming out. Copy. Same program with little modification. Are you getting infinite loop? So anybody reason why we are getting infinite loop? Once I is becoming 5, it is going inside a if block, executing SOP, then continue. Continue means it has to go to the next iteration. While going to the next iteration, it is skipping line number 14 and 50. I is not incrementing to 6. I is remains 5 only. I remains 5 only or not? I will not be moving to the stage. Whenever I is becoming 5, control going to the if block, executing continue. Continue means it should not execute remaining portion, it should go to the next iteration. It is going to the next iteration. So printing SOP of begin, again I value 5 going inside if block, SOP, then continue. Because of continue, it is going to the next iteration. I plus plus is not executing after I is becoming 5. Once I is becoming 5, I plus plus is not executing. Once I is becoming 5, I plus plus is not executing. I is not becoming 6. Why? Because I plus plus is not executing while executing if block. Control C. Copy the same program. Keep I plus plus before if block. Same program, I'm just changing I plus plus. Before if block. I plus plus before while loop. Sorry, before if block. This is the condition to be followed in case of while loop while using continue. While using continue, increment or decrement, changes should be before continue, not after continue. In case of while loop, while keeping the continue, changes should be before continue. If at all you are keeping changes after continue, then the changes will never happen. Infinite while loop. In case of while loop, while incorporating continue, try to perform the changes before continue statement, not afterwards. If at all you are doing changes after continue in the while loop, you will be getting infinite while loop, never end while loop. This is very important, guys. In case of for loop, changes are happening in the header itself. In case of while loop, changes can happen anywhere in the while loop body. If at all changes are happening after continue, those changes will not be executing whenever continue executing. That is why try to perform the changes before continue in the while loop body. In the while loop body, if you are using continue, changes should be before continue, not afterwards. Come to the next one. You can observe the output, Y class output, begin n till to 4. Whenever I is becoming 5, come on, from 5 begin 5, from 6 begin 6. End is not executed. Copy the same program. Z class, So in case of break, completely coming away from the while loop, no matter of increment is there before break or after break. There is no matter whether increment is before break or after break. Whenever I is becoming 5, going inside a block break, breaking complete loop, it will not be looking for remaining execution of the loop, breaking the complete loop. Only in case of continue, that too in case of while loop, changes should be before continue. If changes are happening after continue, you'll get infinite loop. Break anyway. Come to the next one. So this is all about while loop. We have seen all the points related to while loop. Let's move to the do while. The third loop, do while. There is a lot of difference between first two loops and do while loop. First two loops, like a for loop and while loop. For first iteration also Boolean condition verify. In case of do while loop, for the first iteration, Boolean condition is not checking. After executing one iteration only, Boolean condition is checking. This is the main difference between earlier two and do while. So earlier two, for first iteration also, condition has to pass. For loop, initial values should be passed. While loop, initial values should be passed. In case of do while, initial values doesn't require to pass. One iteration executing, no matter whatever initial values, to go to the second iteration, Boolean condition has to pass. To go to the second iteration, Boolean condition has to pass. Only from second iteration onwards, Boolean condition, not for the first iteration. No matter what is the I value, blindly control going inside a body, executing body. After executing body one time, then only checking whether Boolean condition will be true or false to continue the second iteration. After executing second iteration, again Boolean condition to continue the third iteration or not. After third iteration, again Boolean condition to continue fourth one or not. Do while is entirely different from previous two loops. In case of do while, first iteration doesn't require to check the Boolean condition. Even though whatever it may be, initial values, after executing one time, then only Boolean condition. So in case of do while, minimum one iteration is guaranteed. Minimum one iteration. Body of the do while, minimum one time is guaranteed, no matter whatever it may be the initial values. This is also very important. Among three loops available, do while is guaranteeing minimum one iteration. While loop is not guaranteeing minimum one. For loop also not guaranteeing minimum one. For first iteration also, while loop should pass. For first iteration also, for loop should pass. In case of do while, first iteration executing, afterwards only Boolean condition. Copy the same program. I'm just to modify. It's almost similar to previous program, only for practicing purpose. Initial I value 1, printing 1, becoming 2, 2 less than or equal to 10. Printing 2, becoming 3, 3 less than or equal to 10. Printing 3, I is becoming 4, 4 less than or equal to 10. Printing 4, becoming 5, 5 less than or equal to 10. It's very similar to the previous program. Copy the same one. Z3. I is starting with 100. Even though I value greater than 10, one iteration is guaranteed. After one iteration, I is becoming 101. 101 is not a less than 10. Coming away from the do while. Coming away from the do while. Minimum one iteration is very much guaranteed in case of do while. Minimum one iteration is guaranteed in the do while. One iteration. No matter what are the initial values. No matter what are the initial values, even though initial values are different, even though initial values are different, for the initial values, Boolean condition is not checking. After executing one iteration, then only checking the Boolean condition. So with respect to do while loop, the main important point, minimum one iteration is guaranteed. Minimum one iteration is guaranteed. Then the second point, do while loop should end with a semicolon. It's a part of the syntax. Line number 11 is ending with a semicolon. Do while loop always has to end with a semicolon. It's a mandatory. Do while loop should end with the semicolon. It is a mandatory. This is the second point. Do while loop always it has to end with a semicolon. Always it has to end with a semicolon. How? Come again? No, you are telling like a here while loop is ending. In case of while loop, starting itself then body. Here first to body then while loop. So that is why you have to specify like a this is ending. First to body is there, no? The while condition is checked. Once the condition is checked, there is a semicolon. So then does it not stay in the same statement? No, it's a part of the syntax. After semicolon, it will go the next iteration. It is not spending at line number 11 itself like a while loop. In case of while loop, whatever you are telling, that's true. But in case of do while, it's a part of the syntax. It should end with a semicolon. After Boolean, it's true. It will go to the body rather than in the same line. Copy the same one. I'm just keeping I value 10 only. Find out how many iterations without compiling and running. Find out how many iterations will be coming. How many iterations? One only? One or two? Three? Only one? One or two? Now check it out compilation. Most of the beginners are committing a mistake here. You will be getting compile time error. I is a part of the body. I cannot be used in the Boolean condition. You will be getting compiled type error. This is the third point with respect to do while. Even though Boolean condition is there in the bottom of the do while loop, whatever variables you are using in the Boolean condition, that variables should be declared before body of the do while. Whatever variables you are using in the Boolean condition, that variables should be used before do while. It should not be in the body of the do while. Now I is a local to a body. After body only Boolean condition is there. Even though that Boolean condition tied with the do while, compiler looking for a variable which is declared outside a do while. Whatever I you have declared in the body, this will be limited to only this block. Whatever block is there, in that block only I is visible. But you are using I in the Boolean condition. The Boolean condition looks like a outside a body, but it is a part of the do while. Please observe. Boolean condition is a part of the do while, but it is outside a body. I should not be declared inside a body of the do while. It should be declared in outside a do while. It should be declared in outside a do while. Confusion. Totally 3 points you have to remember with respect to do while. First point, minimum one iteration is guaranteed. No matter what are the initial values, minimum one iteration is guaranteed. Second one, do while has to end with a semicolon. Do while has to end with a semicolon. Do while has to end with a semicolon. Third one. The third condition. Whatever variable you are using in the Boolean condition of do while, whatever variable you are using in the Boolean condition of do while, that variable should not be declared in the body, it should be declared before body. Whichever variable you are using in the Boolean condition, that variable should not be declared in the body, it should be declared before body, before do, I should be declared. If at all I is declaring inside a body, that I cannot be used in the Boolean condition. These 3 points you have to remember. This program giving compile time error stating that cannot find a symbol. Cannot find a symbol. Come to the next one. This is straightforward. Start I value with 1. I value with 1. Please go through. You can understand very easily. Copy the same program. Let us see continue and break. Here also continue should be after increment. I'm just keeping continue. The change should be before continue here also. If at all change is after continue, changes are after continue, increment is after continue, decrement also after continue, then you will be getting infinite. So after 5, no end, only begin because of continue. Copy the same program, develop the break. Several times we have seen. Straightforward. Just to compile and run. Whenever break is executing, coming away from the loop. I just modified from continue to break. Whenever break is there, it is coming away from the execution.